Hello and welcome to the Tweed Couch Guitar YouTube channel. Today we are going to have a blast with this guitar right here, which is a 1964 Rickenbacker 360 12 string. Oh, it's so very cool. And you start up here at the headstock and you see these deluxe tuners and you go, okay, I count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you turn it to the side and you go, whoa, there's another 3 and there's another 3. So yeah, this is a 12 string and it sounds amazing. There are a lot of things I really love about this guitar, and one of them is the inlay. I think the inlay is really cool. I really love the sparkle, like there's glitter inside this pearloid, which is really fun. And it goes all the way up the neck. Also, you're gonna notice that this is not quite right. You're gonna be like, hold on, I thought they had a different bridge, and they do have a different bridge, and I have it right here. There are 3 pieces to the bridge. It actually has this plate that sits there and gets put right into the body. Then there is another part that goes right on it, the actual bridge itself, okay? And then after it gets on there, then you have a cover that goes on that as well. And you might look at this cover and go, man, that's like really corroded. And the reason why it looks really corroded is because people would palm mute in that area. So they end up taking it off and they go, oh, let's just put that away. And then after a while they go, you know, I bet you this could be intonated a little bit better. And then they take that bridge off and the next thing you have is you have things like this. And it is spectacular. Now, another thing that you might have noticed is you might have noticed this R that is on the bridge right here. Now, George Harrison's 1963 doesn't have it. And that is because in July of 64 is when they started putting these R's onto these guitars. And since this is a 64, actually a November of 64, you'll see this R on here. You might be wondering where they got the idea. And actually this logo is something that is a little bit inspired by the Washington Redskins, which then became the Washington football team, which then became the Washington Commanders. Long story, not for this video. But this new design of the R was super popular, and George Harrison's 1965 version of a 360-12 has it on there. Another feature in 1964 that they started doing was they started actually making this rounded part to the body. And the reason why they started doing this rounded part was largely because of people digging their arm in, and they thought it would be way more comfortable. And so this is a 360-12 with that beautiful tapered beveled edge that we love so much. I think some of my favorite chords to play on a Rickenbacker has to be G's, A's, F's. Like F. I mean, right there you got some Tom Petty. I mean, that's instantly taking me there. You know, single notes also, you know. Something worth mentioning is that when I opened up the case, I was really surprised to find that I had an original box of Rickenbacker strings. Original. So this is probably from back in the 60s, maybe 64. And when I look at it, it was so cool to see inside you actually had the original packaging. Yeah, this is really fun. But it's really cool because when you look at this box, it even says right there on the front, do not use other strings on Rickenbacker instruments. Yeah, now that's loyalty. Loyalty for sure. A common question people have is they go, what's the fifth knob? Like, what does this thing do? I think I can show you that. Let's go ahead and look at it real quick. So first of all, unlike a Les Paul, which would have your volume knobs right here, and unlike a Paul Reed Smith, which sometimes they do their volume knobs here, instead, a Rickenbacker, you have your volume knobs right here. So this is volume for the neck, volume for the bridge pickup. So here we go. Volume for the neck, I've got it all the way up. And it's all gone. Check the same thing, I got it on the bridge. These are the tone knobs for both. So I've got it on the bridge right now. Turn it all the way down. Yeah, so obviously it is a tone knob. Then we've got the tone knob for the neck. So put it up on the neck. Okay, so we've got that down too. All right, so we know that this is the volume, this is the tone, this is the volume, this is the tone for the pickup in which it goes to. But that actually brings up this fifth knob. The fifth knob is a special little thing because if I've got it all the way down, we'll just say all the way counterclockwise, and I have it in the neck position, essentially what I've done is taken this knob out of the entire circuit. Okay, so okay, so easy enough with that. If I go ahead and turn it up some, essentially, turn it clockwise some, essentially what I've done is I've actually started turning down the volume. It never totally gets rid of it, but at the same time, it is turning it down some. So yes, there are two volume knobs on this guitar for the neck pickup, but this is the reason why they do it. If you put it in the middle position, so now I've got both pickups going, and I'm going to turn this all the way counterclockwise, turn it down, and what you're going to notice when I play, it sounds an awful lot like the neck pickup. And that's because it is. Essentially, we've just thrown in a bunch of the neck pickup into this, and the neck is a little bit more overpowering than the bridge pickup. All right, so let's say I turn that fifth all the way up, and that fifth knob now turned all the way clockwise. Let's go ahead and hear how that sounds in the middle position. And you might be thinking, gosh, that sounds an awful lot like the bridge pickup. And that's because it pretty much is the bridge pickup. What I've done is I've turned down the neck pickup in this middle position completely. So that's the reason why a lot of people just leave it in the middle and then only use this fifth knob as a blend for all of their sounds. There's actually one more really cool thing I want to show you about this guitar, and that is actually down here. If you look at the two output jacks right here. You'll notice that one is just a regular output jack. It's what we've been plugging into the Vox and getting that nice, beautiful sound using all the switches like you should. The other one is called Rickosound. And what Rickosound does is it allows you to use a Y cable, a TRS that splits to a mono and a mono. You take two instrument jacks, you can plug one into one amp, one into another amp, and what it does is it splits the signal. So one amp gets only the neck pickup, another amp gets only the bridge pickup. And it's super fun if you love to have that stereo signal of really the sound of like two Rickenbackers doing the same thing, EQ'd quite differently. Just for simplicity's sake, I decided to go ahead and use the Y cable and plug it into the quad cortex. I've got the neck going into a capture of my Marshall. I've got the bridge pickup going into a capture of a 1964 Showman, and it is being split. If you want to hear what each one sounds like, the left side is going to be the neck pickup, the right side is going to be the bridge pickup. So make sure you have some good headphones on, and let's hear how this sounds. Well, thank you for joining us on the Twee Couch Guitar YouTube channel. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Also, hit that bell if you want to get notified whenever we have a new video. Check us out on any of the social media platforms. And remember, you are your greatest asset. Until next time.